Throw your motherfucking hands.
Get 'em high.
Bro, we should have came up, since it's a new season, we should have came up with a new intro. I didn't even think of that until like I played it and I was like, oh dang, that's low key like last season's intro.
I mean, it's never too late, bro. You go ahead and cancel out real quick.
What's up, everybody, man? It's a 1 a.m. podcast. We back in it. You know, if you watched the stream last night on my channel, on my personal channel, then you know that, hey, boy, I got a bit of a Jordan flu game going on, man. Hey, Mo know what's going on.
That
hey, Jelani, I got a case of PNI, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but
PNI.
Yeah, man, I'm not 15 anymore, bro. Like my body, you know what I mean, I can't be moving and you know living like I'm 15 anymore, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you was outside?
No, not necessarily. I was inside, and that was the problem.
Gotcha. Okay. Nah, I feel you.
Yeah, man.
Now, you know what I was thinking? Like our new theme song should be.
What happened?
You know that Christian Rock that I'm crying out to hell before the hearts. That should be. For some reason, it just feels like that set the mood, right? Like just when the show opens.
The one before this was Cardi, right? It was Cardi, and then we went to Kanye.
Yeah.
I guess we got to keep it going with like problematic artists.
There you go. We're keeping the tradition alive.
I mean, let's just go all out, bro, and then to do some R. Kelly.
I was thinking that. We might as well just get the Pied Piper on there.
I was at lunch because he coming to the boot next week. He coming to New Orleans, and then I was like, man, if I go, I was talking to my sports editor. I was like, if I go, then I can catch the last hour even if I work. And then the person with them was like, first of all, let's address the issue of you wanting to go to the concert. And I was like, I ain't gonna lie, like Ye top 3 all time for me. It's Michael Jackson, Ye, and Childish Gambino. She said, okay, now there's a problem with 2 of those. And I was like, hey man, at the end of the day, bro, Michael Jackson made Thriller and You Rock My World. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ye made We Major, bro. Like, I can't act like that's not a good song anymore just because of what he said for a couple of weeks in 2021.
Well, that was really, it was 2025, really, when he was. I feel like that's salute to the homie. Yeah, no, I feel like it's outside of him like doing some real like Jared from Subway type stuff. There's nothing really Ye could do that would like really, really make me 100% stop listening to him. Like at least his music before, I'm gonna say all the way up to like even a couple songs from Donda, like up to that point, like there's nothing you can really do that's gonna make me not listen.
Head of my time. Sometimes he is out. Like, you want me to stop listening to that because he said something that offended, like, I mean, he offended black people too when he said slavery sound like a choice. But I mean, like, come on, bro. Like, we strive and told. Like, I feel like the people that say that, they never heard late registration.
Right. A Candace Owens rebrand, I feel like it's not even like a full rebrand, but it's just because Charlie Kirk died, she's just so like against that side now. That, and it's like, but it's not even that she like super for the other side. It's just like, I don't rock with y'all because, as some people say, y'all deleted the love of my life,
How does Candace Owens' husband feel about this entire thing?
She married?
Yes, bro, with kids.
Oh, that's crazy.
Them types always have a white husband.
That's a fact. Yeah, I did not know she was married, but I mean, I'm not too surprised. I mean, she probably, and maybe, I said, wow. But
It makes sense.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. They talking about them poor kids. Wow. But uh but I mean, maybe
Michael Rapp, yeah, he's a interesting character right there.
facts. But maybe as I said, I know they've been trying to that's what the social media been talking about, how they, were in love or whatever. But maybe that was just a very good friend. So uh I'll tell you who don't seem like they love Charlie Kirk. You know,
Mm,
what is that, Erica?
mm.
That girl been
All
living
right.
her best life.
Is
Whoo,
she
you
still
starting off
outside?
hot. Her son look like Patrick Mahomes. I know you're not supposed to talk about people kids, but he do look like Patrick Mahomes.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but biracial kids either look like Patrick Mahomes or King Harris, even though he's not biracial.
What about J. Cole?
J. Cole is like the rare, like I wouldn't even, if he didn't tell me he was mixed, I wouldn't know. He has like all the features of just a regular light skinned dude with two black parents.
Yeah, J. Cole's like light skin, light skin. He look like you say he looked like a regular light skinned dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, about Erica Kurt. Eric Andre. Shout out Lane Cute and Pax Fool. You seen Eric Andre and Clayton English get off of them charges? They was facing them charges.
Who
Yeah.
was?
Clayton English and Eric Andre. Like
What happened?
I don't know. But I just kept seeing like they had a press conference. And I was like, what were Eric Andre and Clayton English like? Was Eric Andre on the 85 South Show or something? Shout out Clayton English, man. That's a come up.
They were facing charges together.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry for asking questions. It's just like that's a random I'm just curious about what scenario was they involved in.
All right, hold on.
Clayton County Police Department has ended a controversial airport drug search program as part of in Clayton Police and two comedians in federal court.
Eric Andre and Clayton English sued the department, claiming they were racially profiled and illegally stopped on a jet bridge. Tonight, Fox 5's Rob Dorienzo is at Hartsfield-Jackson with more on the change that has resulted.
Well, according to that settlement, Clayton County Police Department has ended its drug search program here at Hartsfield-Jackson. The department has declined to comment, but those two comedians' lawyers are declaring victory.
Clayton County has now confirmed that it has ended this predatory program.
The long legal battle between Eric Andre, Clayton English, and Clayton County Police Department is now over. Back in 2022, the two entertainers said officers at the airport violated their rights when they singled them out while searching for drugs as they waited to board a plane.
The experience was humiliating and dehumanizing. I felt cornered in that jet bridge, and I felt the need to comply.
They had done nothing wrong. There was no reason for police to target them.
In the settlement, the department admitted no wrongdoing. It initially told us the interaction was completely voluntary.
They can't do that unless there's cause.
Atlanta-based trial attorney Tom Church says these stops were likely unconstitutional. While the purpose of the program was to fight drug trafficking, the lawsuit argues drugs were rarely found, people of color were primarily targeted, and the cash officers seized benefited the department.
The fact that they're stopping this program comes after an 11th Circuit Court of Appeals opinion where they held that there's a plausible Fourth Amendment violation.
The policing project at NYU School of Law represented Andre and Clayton. Its litigation director says as a result of this settlement, Clayton PD has agreed to new safeguards for its airport beat.
Now, all Clayton County police officers operating in the airport are going to have to wear body-worn cameras, and they're going to receive training on the constitutional limits when they're interacting with people in the airport.
They took my bag and they searched it. And part of the reason I'm here today is because this needs to stop.
The comedians' lawyers declined to comment on exactly how much they received as a result of this settlement, but according to county records, they paid out $30,000, $15,000 to each of them.
That's crazy.
Okay, so that's a little bit more like that makes more sense. When you said that, I'm thinking they caught like I don't know if they got like a fight at a comedy show or something like that.
But still, it's like that is something that both of them are like. It is two kind of like comedians on different sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, shout out to Clayton English, man. I remember like being a kid, seeing him on House of Pain back in the day.
He's on House of Pain.
He was on House of Pain. He was on one of Lance Gross's character. He was that was like one of his main mans.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The first time I seen bro was 85 South Show. I did not know that.
Yeah, he been in the city for a little minute. I mean, is he from here?
I don't know. It seemed like he is.
Yeah, he was. There you go. He was on his opinion.
Let me see.
Yo, why do I know stuff like this? Like, why do I have this knowledge? Like,
he from Florida. He from Florida. Well, I mean, House of Pain, you know, like, okay, all right, I ain't gonna try you. But hey, I ain't gonna lie. This is a disrespectful question. I'm already knowing off top.
I know what you about to ask me.
You ain't have cable, right? Like,
no, I did not. Not in my mom's crib.
Hey, because House of Pain was on Peachtree TV all the time, bro. That's one of them channels if you ain't have cable, bro.
Nah, I remember when it first came out. It was like summer 2007, around that time. 2008.
Yeah, they played that nonstop. They played that like ridiculousness on MTV, bro. Like, and I know because one of our TVs in the crib, like two of our TVs in the crib, we had 3 TVs, one in my mama's room, one in my room, and then one downstairs. The one downstairs is the only one with cable. So, like, I know from, you know, my room and being in my mom's room, of like what life without cable was like.
Yeah, no, that we talked about it before. That no cable life is different.
Bro, that no cable life. The main time I did that was when I was with my my grandparents, and bro, I used to just watch the most random stuff like every day. And it's like in the morning we will watch like Arthur and you know read between the lines stuff like that. But then at night when I'll go into bed, like I'll just in my room watch like random DVDs that I had, and it's like to this day I'm like, why did I have these DVDs? Like I had 8 Crazy Nights by Adam Sandler.
Classic.
Yeah, I love that movie. But like at one point I could sing every song word for word on that movie. But then The Perfect Score with like Scarlett Johansson and like I don't even remember who else was in there. Yeah, and like I at the time, you know, these were like I love these movies. But it's like looking back on it, I was like, who bought these? Like, did I say like, oh, I want that one? Like, I just don't feel like 7-year-old me wanted The Perfect Score, but okay. Like,
no, you probably wanted like Monsters Inc. or something like that. Like,
right.
The Perfect.
And then with Darius Miles, that was like
that's
you know,
so random, bro.
Yeah, because that was the other thing I remember. I was like, I always liked Darius Miles because of this movie, bro.
I didn't even realize he was in one of these.
Yes, I think I remember hearing that Darius Miles was in a movie, but I never knew what the movie was or saw it.
Yeah, with what is that? What's Buddy name? Captain America. What's his name? Chris what?
Oh man, I'm bad with white actors. Evans is his name?
Yes, Chris Evans.
I wanted to say Collinsworth.
Bro, I'm about to say Chris Hansen.
Hey, bro, that EDP doc was crazy, bro. That man really put himself back in prison, bro, to do that documentary. Like, that was a terrible decision on his part. But I mean, maybe he wants to go to prison, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
For the love of the game.
I ain't even watching. I just been seeing every clip I've seen has been insane.
Facts.
Yeah, man. I got off work, like I said, early today. So you know, I played the first like minute and a half and I was hooked. I was like, I have to watch the rest of this. And it was just like multiple times he said, yeah, that was illegal. Yeah, I did that. And then it wasn't until the end where he said, all those screenshots of those text messages, I don't remember. And that was the end of the doc. And I was like, bro, you can't say I did it 90 minutes and then at the end say, I don't know if I did it or not. Like,
right.
It doesn't cancel out what you said the previous 90 minutes. But it was a good doc. Shout out to the dude who made it. Shout out Chris Hansen.
Yeah. Chris Hansen's the one who did the interview?
He has it's a segment where Chris Hansen sits down and interviews him in the documentary.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, he literally, bro, who did the interview, it's a great job because he got all the top reactors to like give in their input as well. Like he got Dante in there. I'm sorry for spoiling it. You know, Charlie, you know, the long hair dude that be reacting to stuff, like Penguin XO or something like that on YouTube. He got him in there.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah, he got all the top reactors on YouTube like commenting on EDP and stuff like that. So he did a great job for sure.
Nah, that's
But,
what's up.
but yeah, this man, what do y'all want to say about Hayden Panettiere, bro?
Hey, RP to a GOAT, man.
I was gonna say rest in peace to a legend. You know, she been in a lot of. I mean, I think I like remember the Titans. I used to watch Heroes back in the day, like when it first came out, like the first couple seasons. I used to be tapped in. Um, yeah, man, that was sad. That was sad. She always, I ain't gonna like sexualize a woman after her death at all, but like she was definitely like somebody I had a crush on at one point for sure. Like when I was like a teenager around that time. But outside of just the looks, obviously, like very talented. It's just sad. Like 36 is now that we in our 30s, is like it makes you realize how young like that age is. Like 36 is really like I'm talking to a 35-year-old right now. Like 36 is that she's still like relatively in the prime of your life at that point. So yeah, no, it's just sad. It's way too young.
Yeah. Nah, it's crazy. Like, I've seen her in a lot of stuff over the years, of course, but as you said, Heroes was the thing that just really made me like a super fan of hers. Um, yeah, it's super unfortunate. Like you said 36 is like super young. It's kind of weird. I didn't know she was that close to aging with us. I
I
guess,
didn't.
some
My bad. I didn't cut you off.
no, you good. No, I was thinking, I was like, man, I guess 36 is still relatively young, and I think with all the movies she was doing since she started so young, it felt like, oh, she got to be at least in like her 40s or whatever. But I was like, dang, man, 36 is like, I don't know, man. RIP. But
Nah,
um,
100%, man. And I see the way that a lot of black people been moving, like Ebony Essence. I know, the internet has jumped on them and stuff like that, but like, y'all gotta stop with this. Oh, they was invited to the cookout. Like, Essence said she got a seat at the cookout in heaven. Like, stop being so coonish, bro. Like, gosh, Lee, have some racial self-esteem, bro. Like, Kai Cenat going up there on the stream talking about I braided my hair, but I can't go back to the dreads because with dreads, even though I like dreads, I don't get as many opportunities and braids look cleaner. Like, stop being so coonish, bro. Like, all y'all like, and that came from Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was telling Kai to cut them dirty dreads and cut them dreads and da 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 da. And he said you can't get no opportunities with that look at da 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 da. Yo, Kevin Hart don't teach Kai Cenat. Like, I don't think that's good ways. That go to Stephen A. Smith. All y'all gotta stop cooning, bro. And yes, do y'all do some good things for black people and reach back and lift up the next generation of black kids? 100%. But there is and learn ingrained like white brainwash that we are raised with in our society that we have like kind of start to unlearn a little bit on the surface level in recent years, and prior generations might not be all the way caught up to that because of just how they, the societal norms for them going back to Tuskegee and the do-rags and the bonnets and stuff like that, that whole discussion and stuff. Like, bro, y'all just gotta stop cooning, bro. Like, it's certain things I agree. Like, black people, we should not be walking in public, you know what I'm saying, or on a bus or something like that with some speakers or our phone out like this, listening to, music with a bunch of cuss words in it, when there's kids on the bus or something like that. 100% we shouldn't be doing that. But like the little microaggressions of like how we look and how we naturally look, like free form is unacceptable. It look dirty, it look unkept and stuff like that's just all anti-blackness, bro. And we gotta unlearn a lot of that stuff, dog.
that's a fact. Bro, when I used to work at I used to work for UPS, but I worked at the finance office. And I remember when I worked there, like, I was really good at my job. I did well there. But, I kind of during that time, I don't know if y'all remember, I used to have a fro. And the and one of the reasons I kept a fro was because I was like, I kind of told myself, I was like, you know what? I am going to work my way up this corporate ladder with this fro. And, and it's like, because I'm gonna just show that just being good at your job is all you need. And that's how I felt. And I feel like it's a possibility I could have, but at the time, well, I still don't. I didn't have a degree, so because of that, I got kind of held back from like certain opportunities. But I was like, I really that was kind of my mindset behind it because I feel like a lot of times they do. Having a fro, having dreads, not just having like a super clean cut look, it seems like they're not going to always look at you for opportunities. But I wanted to be like, bro, like I'm just so good at the job, y'all gonna rock with me regardless. And I think ultimately, as I said, they rocked with me, but I will say honestly though, I do get I think because of my look now, I do get a lot more opportunities. Like at just in some of the places that I've been. I think, regardless if you are good at your job in a lot of places, it doesn't really matter. But I think for me, especially being a lot of the stuff that I do is so forward facing, where, it's like your look is like the first thing that really matters kind of the most is like, are you somebody that we want to represent what we got going on? Just facially. Um, and so, and I've kind of that's why I keep like a cleaner cut look now. I've thought about growing my hair back out, but then I personally I just like my hair shorter too. But as I said, like I think just in general, I hate that it does feel like, oh, because you have this or even like I'll say these days, even with like face tats, I think I some people feel like, oh man, a face tat, you won't ever get a corporate job. You should, stuff like that. And I feel like, man, somebody get a face tat and they know what they talking about. They're like affluent in whatever they doing. Then it's just like, I don't think it should matter. Like I worked with people like when I was working at Nobu that have face tats. And these are people you're serving, people of very high status. And I'm like, if they didn't really care, but I mean, it's a little different when you're serving food. But I mean, you go to a business meeting and then, like I got like, Maurice right over my eyebrow. It might look a little crazy, but still it's like, why does it really matter? If as long as I can talk to business, I can execute and like stuff like that shouldn't even really matter.
Yeah, I feel like so much of like, what's fascinating is like there's like so much anti-blackness ingrained into American society, but then it's like modern day white people talk and dress more like black people than any other generation. Like you'll see white girls walking around in like baggy jeans and white Air Forces using black lingo. And it's almost like they don't even like the perfect example is that saxophone trend on TikTok. Like there's a bunch of white teenagers, just white people in general who use that trend that either never seen Boys in the Hood or don't know that sound has anything to do with Boys in the Hood. They just think it's a normal social media trend, and we see it all the time. Like I just see, I don't know. It's like everybody gets cool points for being black except black people. Like if white people will have fades like white guys have fades like black guys and dress like us and talk like us and be looked at as being cool, but like a black person does the same thing and it's looked at as being unprofessional. Yeah, I wish we lived in an alternate world, like obviously when you could be a black person and wear your hair how you want to without being deemed unprofessional. But unfortunately, that's not reality. Like a lot of times, if you don't have, even if you have locks, like if your locks don't look a certain type of way, or if they're not, kept to a certain extent, like people are going to look at you. Not black people per se, even some black people though. Like, but a lot of non-black people are going to look at you like you unprofessional or you not well maintained. And yeah, it's very annoying like that people still think that way in 2020, about to be 2027.
No, facts. Yo, I saw somebody say one time, white girls bury their Air Forces for 3 months before they before they wear them out.
No, facts. The dirtier the better.
I love when that was like acceptable across the board for streetwear because I was like, okay, I don't gotta buy no new shoes. And now since it's no longer like a thing for black people, it's just like a white people thing. I'm like, okay. Um, I don't know. I still haven't found myself to buy like new pairs of white shoes. I just keep the dirty ones, but I really like that sake for my pockets.
Yeah, facts. I feel like have you ever seen the Golden Gooses? The shoes is like the shoes that the white people be wearing with the stars. Well, not only white people wear them, but
Hold on, let me look them up real quick. I might have seen them.
yeah, it's like they come looking dirty, and then they're like dummy expensive.
I'm looking at them now. Yo, these are Listen, man, that community, yo,
You
amazing
see
people.
that
I'm looking
with
at them right now.
like $800 pairs of shoes, that $700 pair of shoes that come looking dirty.
Yo,
Hey, I'm keeping my shoes.
crazy.
Yeah, like when I first found out about those, I was like in shock. I was like, "It's no way." But I wonder who created the trend of like the dirty sneaker. Like they're probably some Rick Owen, but well, now Rick Owen they stuff stay clean, but it's gothic, but it's clean. But
I
I
really
don't
feel
know.
like
It's that high fashion.
I really feel like it
Oh,
was
keep going.
little B back in the day when he used to wear the dirty Vans.
Right. No,
That was like
Um,
facts.
but these high fashion designers be getting over on folks, bro. It reminds me of I don't know if y'all saw this, but Mr. Tennonism,
Uh-huh.
he had a pop up. He has a pop up coming up in North Carolina this weekend, and the pop up, he was selling plates like a ribs plate was like $40 and a brisket plate was like $50. And people was like, bro, we is not about to pay no $50 for no plate of food, bro. You out your mind. So then he uploaded another video today and he showed what comes with each plate. And he said it's gonna be $30 across the board. And then people are like, that's much better. But it goes back to LeVar Ball as well. Like, I mean, everything is made up and everything is relative. So even if you said $50, $40, like Tendonism probably still would have sold them plates out. Like just off the strength of it was going to be a group of people who wanted to support him because he had the prices so high and it was such a discussion.
Facts. Yeah, the amount of money, it's like $40, $50, is a little crazy, but like I think it'll be crazy. But there's a lot of people who will pay those prices.
Like I said, like yeah. If you know me, if you see me in person, whatever, like I'm probably wearing my big ballers. So like one time I was wearing my big ballers when I interviewed Cam Newton, and so we stood up or whatever afterwards as they about to leave, and he looked at my shoes. He said, "What are those?" I said, "These big baller brand." He said, "Those big baller brand?" I said, "Yeah, the ZO2s, like the new joints." He said, "Oh, those is cold." He said, I had a pair. I bought a pair, to support. I bought like two pair, black support, da da da, because it was a statement. I remember Jay-Z bought a pair or whatever, and it was just a statement to support LeVar Ball and support black, like the $500 shoes that look just like Kobe's. And then it was like the same thing with Nipsey, RP Nipsey, when he did the $100 mixtape. A lot of people was just buying a $100 mixtape just to support Nip because some people might be like, "Boy, you out your mind." Other people might be like,
My fault. I had my thing.
Hold on. Yeah, my bad. I had to get my mic back right. But yeah. This is what we need to do as black people. So yeah. You on mute.
Yeah, my bad. I always try to support any black, corporation that I can. But I think, like you said, it's important, to like, and it sucks that sometimes it takes for just the bigger names to like, all right, then I'll support it. I'm not saying that that's what you did, but I just think in general. Like that's why Jay-Z knew he had to like let me buy and let me support, because then it will entice people to do that. But sometimes just like, man, just support. But a lot of I hate one thing I don't like. I be hearing some people like black people, they feel like, and I get them to an extent where they feel like, black people always be doing like kind of in a sense like not necessarily janky business, but like it's kind of like you're always trying to hit people over the head with pricing and this that, and it, or like the quality of like I guess like services or things of that nature. They feel like they don't try to do the best job for other black people, and uh they be feeling like, yeah, you don't be trying to do the best quality for other black people. So, I don't want to support and this and the other. And sometimes I just be like, man, I don't care regardless. Even if I have a bad experience with like a black person, it's like at the end of the day, we gotta keep the money within our community. It's like Asian people don't be caring, like even just other people of different culture, but I can say Asians more specifically, but it's like they I feel like even if they have a bad experience with, another Asian person, they're not finna be like, well, I'm not finna stop shopping with other Asian people, you know? Like they're gonna continue to do that. And I hate when like I see people like with black people feel like, man, like, one thing, is like black people always be trying to, get over on, other black people, this, that, and the other. And it's like sometimes I feel like preconceived notions in their head already, where it's like maybe you had that one bad experience and now you're just looking at every experience that you're about to have with them as a possibility of being bad, Like you're nitpicking every little thing when you probably wouldn't. And it's like, to me, it feels like now you're doing the inverse of what you feel like they're doing. Like now you're just sitting here like, I'm only gonna shop with the white man because they ain't gonna do X, Y, and Z wrong or right because you're not looking for them to do anything wrong, you know? So that's how I be feeling sometimes.
Yeah, no. Yeah, black people should be able to, I feel like dictate, like black people should be able to say, it's a slippery slope because like a lot of times if you're doing something independent, like you kind of have to charge a certain price to try to get your return on, as far as like what you do if you like a black business owner or whatever. But like that you also have to, I forget what the exact number is, but it's like a certain amount of years most businesses operate under a loss before they start turning a profit, like a certain amount, like at least 5 years or something like that. So I'm saying to say like a lot of, we talk about like the LeVar Balls or like the Nipsey when he was independent or like stuff like that, like you might have money like for the initial batch of sneakers or the initial, you know what I'm saying, batch of music that you put out independent, but it's hard for a lot of black investors, not that many black people in general, not even just black people on earth that have enough money to just say like, all right, I'm gonna just do this 100% independent, and I'm gonna set my product up and market it how I want to market it. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely I agree that we have to, like, as much as possible, support our local black business owners and black independents and things like that as much as possible. You know what I'm saying, when we have the chance.
Facts.
People don't know this was a time, boy.
I kind of wish it didn't happen though, because Lonzo, I do feel like unfortunately it did play a part in kind of hindering his career a little bit.
But Melo learned from it though.
Yeah, Melo said, give me that Puma contract.
Shout out Melo, man. Shout out Liv as well. Liv, why am I drawing a blank? What's her name, Mo? Olivia Miles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm shouting out Minnesota, man. Shout out Olivia,
Right.
bro. Goggles. Cold.
Shout out AE.
Shout out A. Of course, believe that.
Dope boy 95 AEs on.
Okay. You can send them home.
Right. Right. It's so funny. I was watching that video. It's just like, I guess because most superstars try to be so buttoned up, it's like watching him say the N word so many times. I'm like, is this right? But it's like they can't stop you, you know? It's like, and I guess, some people would be more concerned about their endorsements, but his endorsements, he has his endorsements because that's who he is, you know?
Bro, Adidas was promoting that, bro.
Right.
He said, we don't F with Nike. You can send them home. And they were like, oh, yeah, this is it. I was like, that's crazy. Hey, bro.
Right.
Like you said, like that's why he goes viral. It's funny because he when Melo came to the team, he was like, yeah, we working on our swearing to cut down our swearing in interviews. And then he goes out and does that. I'm like, oh, they ain't about to change a thing, bro.
Yeah, that boy said, hood, I cheated what I snacked on. I was just like, bro, this man.
Hey, RP Bankroll, RP Bankroll.
Facts, RP, bro. But I was just like, man, this just doesn't, it's like, this feels like, I feel like this was like 10, 15 years ago. Like, this video would have made way more noise and it'd be like, is this acceptable for your NBA superstar? You know?
Bro, remember when Kobe lost in the finals to the Celtics and Shaq was in the club and he said, yeah, you know how I be. Last week, Kobe couldn't do without me. And he was like, Kobe, tell me how my taste. And that was like the big story of the summer.
I remember that. Yeah. That's crazy to think that like the idea of like sneaking a video into the club was like a big deal back then. Like somebody having a camera phone.
Facts.
Yeah, nowadays, bro, it'd be all types of NBA scandals now that go away and like it's just be so much happening. It's like it go away in like 3 or 4 days now. Like players be messing with each other's girls. It'd be all types of drama, like guys having off-court drama with each other, all types of stuff, and we don't even. It's just too much happening in general for us to care for too long.
Ricky Williams being like the biggest story of like he just can't stay off weed. Like you would think Ricky Williams was on like crack cocaine.
Right.
Playing the most violent sport you could play at the most violent position, probably.
He was the best.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying he was getting the ball, like they was giving him the ball 300 times a year. Like, why would he? Like, yes, I'm gonna smoke a little weed after running the ball like 25, 30 times against the Patriots this week. Like, yeah, I hit the blunt a couple of times.
Facts. Hey, speaking of crack cocaine, shout out to them boys in Penn State.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Mo been on it with the transitions tonight.
It's great segues.
Them boys moving heavyweight,
bro. Like it's crazy. To have your pleasure do it, and then the fact that they graduated a couple years ago. So
facts.
It's like I would have been like, why are they still around the campus? Like, I think that would have. Right. Them boys were, they're getting it done, though.
The product was moving.
Oh, they're going to make a movie about that.
Oh, for sure.
That's a Lifetime movie for sure.
Lifetime movie is crazy.
Nah, Tubi need to pick it up because they'll do it right.
Oh, yeah. Tubi definitely did. Like, Tubi give you the uncensored version.
Right.
Kicking up
with a random Tay Diggs cameo.
Shout out Tay Diggs, man. Rest in peace to Tay Keith.
Nah, facts. Rest in peace, Tay Keith. Bruh, you saw that clip of Tay Diggs on the Tubi movie?
No, I've seen him on the last clip I seen was him on Funny Marco, where Funny Marco was roasting him or something like that.
Oh, bro, it's a clip. Oh my gosh, that's like going viral. Yeah. He's like, yes, I killed your dad, and I killed your oh my bad, but yeah, like, but it's just
on the live. All right, I see it. Here we go.
You're scaring us.
Look, I tried. I tried to be the perfect husband. I tried to be the perfect father, but your slutty mother had to go and kiss her ex-husband.
I want that.
So I had to take care of him.
You killed our father? Yes, I killed him.
I did, and I killed. But I killed the little boy.
Yo, Yo, Tay Diggs is hilarious, bro.
Bro, he really is, bro. It's like
Bro,
it's so
like
funny.
that's the last. Yeah. That's just the last thing you do in the scene like that. But like, I guess since it was 2B, he was like, I gotta have some fun.
Bro, it's like with Tay Diggs, he has these moments where he does these super funny stuff. But then it's just like, he'll play in certain roles that just are serious. And so you just don't ever expect this from him. This is like, I mean, Tay Diggs ain't Denzel, but you get what I'm saying. It's like you just take Tay Diggs as more of a serious artist. But then I guess you could say artist, actor, whatever. But then I guess you gotta sometimes remember like what was that? What's the song? I mean, what's the movie? Malibu Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you could think back on movies like that and be like, okay, I guess he does have this in him.
Well, in general, like on social media, he be clowning all the time.
Facts.
He be clowning on social media, bro. Shout out Tay Diggs, dog.
Bro, you ain't answer my question when I texted you, so I guess we could talk about it on the
Oh
live.
yeah, bro. Okay, so I'll explain that. I was asleep. I was asleep, and I had alarm set up like right before we were supposed to start, so I could feel like
Mhm.
what I mean, at least good enough to do the pod. And I do. I feel good enough to do the pod. Glory to God. But yeah. Okay, all right. To answer the bring up the question for the public.
So I said, who's a sicker person, EDP or peace, bro?
Yeah.
Um, EDP or Julian Newman's dad?
You know what? It's two different types of sickness. Like EDP is he's definitely sicker, but Julian Newman's dad is he's definitely a special
He
type of sick.
he's up there. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like he is up there. Watching the clips that I saw today, all of them were insane. Like just making jokes about your daughter doing stuff like videos and all the different stuff. It's just like, but the one that really got me was when he said to uh to Zach Levine's
Yeah, Zach Levine's
sister.
sister. Yeah, that was the craziest one, bro.
Oh, see, I ain't
Yeah.
even know nothing about none.
Bruh.
I was just calling him
So-
sick because he been leading his son to believe he could be an NBA player. I didn't know anything about these videos.
Oh,
Oh
bro.
man, it gets bad, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I had to step away and make a quick phone call because I apologize about that.
No, you
You
good.
good, bro.
So Zach Levine's sister is in the streaming world because she was dating a streamer. That was kind of like her entry into
I know.
the
Okay, she
world.
was with what's his name? T Banks.
T Banks, yeah.
Okay,
Shout out T
all
Banks.
right, I know that part.
So she like low key, like she not low key. She is a streamer. I'll put some respect on her name. So Neon did a stream where he had Zach Levine's sister at the gym at the court, and then I guess since he did a stream with the whole Newman family, he had what's her name? Jaden. He had Jaden go
Yeah.
against Zach Levine's sister, and then so while they both on the court, right? The dad walks in the middle of the camera and goes, "This is the threesome everybody been waiting for."
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah, that's yeah.
And then also in the stream, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Mo, I think he's the one who asked Neon, "Did you beat your John to my daughter's tape?"
Yeah.
Okay, so I get why you say that now. See, I thought it was just about him being Julian Newman's dad. Like,
Nah, yeah. This him and Julian Newman, both of them, this situation, like I would say it's definitely unfortunate for Jaden. And the situation sucked for her, but then this has turned to a bad look for the entire family. Like I feel like Jaden doesn't even like because she's still trying to keep it somewhat normal. It's like because it's like this is still her dad, and she's like, bro, like you really doing this? Like you really just said that in some of these clips. Like, but she's being a good sport about it. But you could tell it still makes her a little uncomfortable. But Julian and his dad, after these clips, oh yeah. both of y'all, I don't know, man. Y'all weird. Just to even you, I don't know if you saw the lie detector test. There was like, did you watch your the video of your sister? And he was like, uh, but it was like, yeah, I haven't. Have you seen the videos of your sister? And he was like, nah. Like, and the lie detector test said no. Like, yes, you have. You have like seen the video, but lie detectors ain't 100%. But look at them clapping about, did you to my sister? Like, yo,
Bro,
that was my
I
daughter.
haven't watched these clips myself, bro. So you want me to play them? Because I was planning on low key just ignoring this. It's some things that I just be ignoring. I'm like, bro, it don't need to be spoken on. Enough people seen it, and it's like, but since we here, bro, we might as well. Do you want me to play it, Jelani? I'll leave it up to you since you haven't seen it either.
I mean, sure. Like, I mean, how long is this clip?
55 seconds.
55? That's low key a long ass clip.
Let me see if there's the other one, the lie detector one. On the internet, they say Jaden.
Oh, this one was crazy. Yes.
They say Jaden does. Oh my god.
All right, bro. Yeah, that's she doesn't like this at all, bro.
Yeah, you see, she's trying to be a good sport because it's like, this is my family.
We're making money.
Yeah.
This is the most relevant the Newman family has been since I don't run it. And that was like 2018. LaMelo Ball's like an NBA veteran now. Like, that was way back in the day.
Right.
That's something nasty to be known for.
Yeah, sweet. That's why I say, EDP is sick, but like, Buddy Dad is up there. Like, talking about the internet say my daughter is, bro. Like, bro.
Wait, hold on.
Julian, did you see the video?
No, I did not. Yo,
Why would you ask?
why would you ask that? You should let me ask that. You're gonna be on your ass. Oh my god, yo! I mean, he wanted to know, I guess. He said no. Realistically, no.
Was it why did it sweat?
Nah, bro. You gotta ban the whole family, bro.
Facts.
You gotta ban the whole family. Like, the second that they failed at basketball, they did not even become high-level D1 prospects. When the expectation for them on Good Morning America, when they were like 9 and 10, was to be in the NBA and the WNBA. Or they even had Jaden going to the NBA when she was 10. To this, the second they didn't make it to D1, and Julian Newman was airballing threes and scored 2 points in an NAIA game as a 23-year-old, it should have been over with for this family. We should have heard nothing else about them for the rest of time. This is terrible.
Y'all see they beef with Club 520?
Facts. I'm like, B-Hen is not the one you wanna mess with, bro. Like, it's certain people you just don't mess with them, bro. B-Hen is one of those people.
I didn't even see what it was about. I just seen I was just randomly on TikTok and like a video popped up of him of B-Hen cussing out Julian Newman. I've never paid attention to him outside of that one, like the meme video when he's dribbling. But that's the most that I pay attention to Julian Newman.
I don't run it.
Facts.
That's a history. Dude, you know that clip, Jelani? I don't run it.
Nah, which one is that?
So Julian had this series on like Overtime called The Newman Family, where his dad created an entire prep school for Julian. He was pretty much just copying LeVar Ball. And he called it like, I forgot what the academy was called. Maybe like the Newman Academy or something like that. Or Prodigal. Like, it's not Prodigy Prep, because I think that's where Jalen Green played in high school. But anyways, he made up a prep school. And they filled up the whole schedule with playing the top prep schools in the country to show that Julian Newman was ready for college in the NBA. And so they played IMG, all the other schools. So anyways, they played Spire in one of the things. And the entire series, Overtime is playing up like this. Oh, it's 2 more weeks until we face off against LaMelo. It's the biggest game of the season. Like, I got to prove to these scouts that, like, I'm NBA worthy. All these haters, I don't listen to the haters online, voodoo. So they're losing every game. They lost to IMG Academy like by 100 points. Zach Edey was blocking his shots. Julian Newman is bad. And so now they go up against Spire. Same thing. Spire kills Prodigy Prep or whatever the school name is. And afterwards, Julian goes up to LaMelo, like, they both like the top prospects in the country. You know what I mean? Like one of them daps, like a Melo and Bron dap back in the day, right? Where they like after the game, and, all right, boy, keep doing your thing. All right, salute, I see you. And like LaMelo was looking like he looked down like, oh, okay. So he dapped him up real quick. And then Julian was kind of treating the dap up like it was more serious. So he walked away. So then, LaMelo over in the corner signing autographs for the kids. And Jaden walks up and she goes, hey, can you follow me back on Instagram? And LaMelo looks the other way and he goes, I don't run it. And so that became the meme, yeah.
But it's like it got even crazier because then he did an interview and then somebody asked him, so you don't run your Instagram? He was like, I do.
That's fucked. Yeah, damn. See, that's embarrassing. Like, yo, that's see, that's why I can't be like, I just call secondhand embarrassment from hearing that.
Yeah, they were really trying to be the Ball family, but like a lot less talented.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm like years late about. I've seen a meme of him dribbling, but I never seen a clip of him.
It's funny. Somebody was like, he was, because the clip of him talking about how he had an agent, and his agent he feels is the reason why he didn't make it to the NBA. And somebody was like, don't blame your agent, blame your 5'2" dad that put that false hope in your into you, bro. Cause like, bro, like if the dad is 5'2", and then the mom got to be at least about 5 foot, it's like, what did you thought you were finna be, bro? Like, you're not,
not to be racist, he should have been playing soccer, bro.
I mean, shoot, he's too small for that too. If we're gonna keep it a buck, but I mean,
well, what can you play at that side? Oh, you can play baseball. Jose Altuve.
Yeah.
You do horseback riding.
Horseback.
Okay.
Equestrian.
Gymnastics. Gymnastics
for sure.
He would have went crazy on being a gymnast.
I don't know how athletic he was, like as a player. Like his biggest thing was like the dribbling, like Jelani said, the dribbling meme, and then like deep threes. I don't know if he was like necessarily going up and under and all that at the rim.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like I don't know, in the social media era, I feel like it's gonna be a lot more Julian Newmans. Like when you see like all these, I saw a post, it was like a travel baseball player of him announcing his decision to, he was like 7 years old. It was like him and his dad announcing he was going to like a new travel baseball team, and they had it set up like it was like signing day for college. It was like a 7-year-old kid. And I don't know. Social media it's made a lot of parents, like for every LeVar Ball, it's like there's 10 other dads trying to do the same thing in their respective sports, and it goes bad more times than not.
Baby Gronk.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, usually by the time these kids get to like 9th, 10th grade, you already tell it's not gonna happen.
Fizzle out because the parents put that on them. Like, it's definitely a thing of peaking too early, bro. That I think that's why like LeBron James is such a great story. That I don't think we talk about enough how he was a child prodigy, because he was like I said, I've said this before on his birthday, but LeBron James is literally Freddie Adu, and Freddie Adu he peaked at 15. Shout out Nigel Houston. Houston, like I feel like he's still like a skateboarding legend, but he was the thing when he was 14.
No, I remember like back in like 2004, 2005, when we was kids, Freddie Adu was supposed to be the savior. Like he was on cereal boxes, he was on magazines.
He was gonna get USA Soccer right.
Yeah. It was that was still that era when like it was like Freddie Adu was supposed to save soccer, and then Tiger Woods was supposed to inspire like a whole generation of black kids to play golf, and it never happened because we couldn't afford to still.
Right. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. I wish, I wish we can get this whole soccer thing right. It's like I think we talked about this on the last pod, but the pod I guess the people will never see. But the
Chill.
but for real though, like, I think it just sucks that, it's like as you said with him, he'll supposed to be able to take us into that next, level. But it's like, man, I don't know. I don't know what, but I mean, when you got teams like Spain, bruh, like Spain is really, or just Argentina, and I just think it's just more of a focus. But I think when you have somebody that's good in America and then they get to like the rest of the world, to be like, oh, okay,
This is
all right,
crazy. This is crazy,
yeah,
bro. They have Pele fly out to do the photo shoot for this.
Yeah, this is, and see the thing about it is that he really like. I know the rumors where he wasn't really 14. I'm not gonna accuse him of that. It feels kind of xenophobic a little bit, but like it was some
You
questions about.
Barack and Obama him?
Say it again.
You Barack and Obama him?
See, I don't want to do him like that. It do feel like a little. I don't want to question the African player about his age. It feels a little racist a little bit. But
My boy American, bro. Shout out Freddie.
no, I know he's American. Is he American? Oh, see, now I feel
American.
Okay, I feel
legend,
bad,
man.
bro. I feel bad, bro.
My boy was up in DC with Pele. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out Brazil. Shout out Brazil.
Okay, but did he was? It says he was born in Ghana and raised in the U.S.
Ain't that what the black dude that was scoring all the goals for the U.S. this World Cup? Ain't
That's
that
what I'm
his
saying.
story?
So
Like he was born in England, but like
I'm just saying you said it like you said he was from DC, like he was like
oh yeah type like he was saying two.
yeah,
But Buddy was born in New York, right? From this year, the one who got suspended, and then they revoked the suspension so he could play, and then U.S. lost anyway. He was born in Brooklyn and then raised in England, and he's like representing the U.S. off the technicality he was born in Brooklyn.
okay.
That still didn't help the U.S. Like it was exciting though for those 2 games in the World Cup though, but he was going crazy.
Yeah, I wish.
no facts.
Yeah, I wish it would be dope. I mean, we got the athletes. It ain't like we ain't got the talent. It's just I don't know. The thing about I feel like part of why Tiger Woods never inspired the younger generation is that as great of a player Tiger Woods was, he was never looked at as being like cool, if that makes sense. Like you never seen Tiger Woods in rappers' music videos and stuff like that. And that shouldn't be that shouldn't matter, but like stuff like that does matter when it comes to like inspiring the next generation. Like if they don't think that you cool, it's like Tim Duncan. Like Tim Duncan was a great player, but nobody ever wanted to play like Tim Duncan because he wasn't cool. Like he didn't look cool when he was on the court or off the court.
No, that's a fact.
Tiger, bro. I mean, he kind of explained it himself, like down the line of just like his dating preferences, and I know people hate when you bring that up, but like, there's a correlation. It's just a coincidence between dating and like the way you live, and then him being like, "Thank you, Mr. President. Oh, I love being here so much. It's the highest honor of my life." And it's like, dude, like you have more majors than Jack Nickel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you revolutionized the sport. You have an entire video game. Like, you know how football is called John Madden. The game for golf is called Tiger Woods Golf. And you up here saying beating Donald Trump and the Oval Office is the biggest, like, yeah, go back to, man, that brings us full circle, bro. That brings us full circle. Going back to Buddy, let me see if I can find him. It's going to take a second. Going back to Buddy and everybody else, man, like, it's crazy amounts of cooning and stuff like that. How'd y'all feel about the whole Stephen A kind of discussion that's going on this week and stuff like that? I think, Stephen A keeps saying, well, he's defending himself. I've done a lot for Black kids and Black students in the next generation of Black media, which I think can be true. I think it can also be true that, like you have said, kind of just harmful things about Black people on a large public platforms. And that's what they were kind of, giving you the award for, is what you said, the crazy stuff you said. So I don't know, that's just something I think about with that. What you think, Jelani?
Stephen A is like, I don't know. I just feel like with Stephen A, has been too many times where do I think Stephen A is racist or doesn't have love for black people or anything like that? No. Like I do think overall, I do think Stephen A does have love for his community and wants the best for his community. But there are certain times when it's like, it's almost like you don't have to play. I get annoyed when certain people feel that they need to play devil's advocate in certain situations. Like sometimes it's just okay to say, I'm on the side of the black people on this one as a black person. Everything doesn't need to be a two sides, thing. And I understand he's on ESPN and he has, it's mostly white people in America, period. So obviously it's mostly going to be white people watching ESPN. So you can't just be, as we saw, unfortunately, with like Jamel Hill and Michael Smith, like it doesn't work a lot of times on ESPN when they try to fully make it as black as possible. Like you got to have, it got to be like, okay, we got the Dan Le Batard show and then we sprinkle Bomani Jones in, or, the people that watch ESPN are going to take blackness in doses. So I get that he tries to be like I said, unbiased and plays both sides a little bit. But yeah, there's been too many times where it's just been like a black issue where it feels like I said, he's playing devil's advocate just for the sake of playing devil's advocate, or just to not be viewed as overly pro-black.
No, facts. It's funny. I remember when I went to go see my dad in June, he asked me, he was just like, so how do you feel about Stephen A? And I was like, man, like, 'cause I'm not completely against him, just to be 100. Like, I'm not, like, I do enjoy, he's an entertainer, and I do get like watching clips of him like on First Take and stuff. It's like I'm not watching no First Take. This boy be cooning way too much. Like, but I do feel like a lot of times when I do see other stuff, like especially when he talks politics, like his sports takes, at times I'm like, okay, I do still enjoy watching like clips of First Take. But at the same time, it is just overall like what he stands for. Like as I said, when I remember I texted you and I was just like, why am I watching Stephen A on Fox News right now? I was just like, what is going on? But that's, because his views typically stand more towards that side. So it's like, man, it's I hate that he does all that because I don't feel like he fully like I don't feel like he's against black people. Like, but I feel he does, as you say, he tries to be like overly objective, like where it's just like, oh, we need to look at it from this angle, blah, blah, blah. But, a lot of times that is cooning, because it's like sometimes you don't need to look at it from the other side because now we're kind of downplaying our side in a sense, and it's like our side is already it's from the underprivileged side, of everything. Not everything, but well, most things, just to be honest. So I think that's why sometimes it'd be like, bruh, like you didn't need to come with that take. You didn't need to come, with that opinion. You could have easily just, I don't know, maybe left it alone. Like I feel like Buddy be doing so much. It's like you don't even have to do all the stuff you do. It's like you're getting paid mad money from ESPN. It's like this man will get off First Take, go do his own podcast, do that for what, about an hour or two, and then go on Fox News, and then go report, like go to a game, and then be on Sports Center at night. It'd be like,
The
bro,
Young and the Reckless.
he on the Young and the Reckless?
Yes,
Young and
every now and
Restless?
then, yeah, every now and then.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, bro, you don't need to be doing all that, bro. It's like you could have just easily just took the bag at ESPN and you would have been straight. But
That's why he don't be knowing sports.
Right.
I remember he
facts.
they had him trying to cover like a UFC fight one time. I remember Joe Rogan was looking over at him like, bro, you don't know nothing about no UFC, dog.
They doing that with Pat McAfee too, bro. Like, I think Charles Barkley had one of the best clips ever, bro, from like when the show was on TNT inside the NBA. He said, I ain't going to ESPN. He said, they're going to have you on ESPN 1, ESPN 2, ESPN 3, ESPN Deportes, talking about Tota Decito, the Buenos Noches. He said, and you're doing all that for that. He said, you go to sleep, watching Sports Center, you wake up and you see the same people on the desk that's watching it.
No facts.
Bruh, it really is. Bruh, I was watching the Pat McAfee clip, bruh, and it was so funny. It was like, I think it went on to ESPN3, but he was like, all right, so he was doing an interview. Well, no, he didn't do an interview. He was just talking about something. And then he was like, all right, y'all. So in 10 seconds, we finna go to you have to watch a clip on ESPN online, or you got to watch it on ESPN3. But and he asking the question is like, all right, y'all, well, that's enough of that. If you want to get the rest, catch it on ESPN3. And then just like, all right, so as I was saying, so you said you wanted to do blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, what is this? I'm like, bro, cut off mid-interview just so he can go to another network, well, another station, essentially, But they're like, we're going to capitalize on this.
Did you know that the founder of ESPN died this week? And like when they did the tribute to him, and like they were kind of doing the ending, where the anchor says, "Dan Rasmussen, like we're gonna remember you and all the country." Like they cut it off to go to the opening of the Pat McAfee show.
Oh wow!
The founder of ESPN, crazy. Very ESPN 2026 moment. But I mean, to go back to NABJ, like I said, bro, like, yeah, he can have takes that we don't agree with and everything like that, but there's just so many kind of issues that we have in our industry right now. Like literally the guy who owns ESPN, Bob Iger, owns the Lakers now. Like,
yeah,
that's a huge conflict of interest in my opinion. ESPN has ESPN Bet. I think that's a huge conflict of interest. They signed players to NIL deals, prospects like Special K and Elijah Arenas, I believe is the other guy they signed. I think that's a huge conflict of interest as well. When you're talking about coverage that other prospects are going to get versus the ones that they have literally signed to their roster. Excuse me. And then ChatGPT, like I think who should have got the thumbs down award was ChatGPT. Like most of the majority of this year's NABJ Flyers were done from ChatGPT. That's terrible. I mean, like the career fair gets smaller each and every single year at ESPN. And the amount of people who say it at NABJ when they go around and say where they work and stuff like that, it's increasingly like I'm freelancing. I don't have a job. I'm searching for my next opportunity year after year. I've gone every year in person since 2017. The industry is in a bad place right now, and the jobs are dwindling because of AI, because of different things. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why didn't you give thumbs down to ChatGPT or Claude or something like that, as opposed to, this man who gave some takes that you don't agree with or you thought were offensive to Black women, which I can understand, but I don't know out of all the people if he's the one who deserved the thumbs down.
No, facts. One quick thing to just to kind of to the Bob Iger point, he stepped down as CEO.
That's what someone from ESPN told me, because I brought it up and they were like, yeah, she said this is his last year. He's about to step down. And I was like, oh, that's still.
No, I think he already stepped down.
Okay, so he stepped down as soon as he bought the Lakers.
His last day was March 18th.
Oh, so okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he must have stepped down once he knew he was trying to buy the Lakers.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well,
yeah, because I saw.
Oh, go ahead.
What was you gonna say? Because I saw. What is her name? They do the podcast together. Carrie Champion and Jamel Hill. Yeah, they they were talking about it, and that's why because I made sure I looked it up because I saw them talking about how him formally having the ESPN connection. But yeah, but no, but moral of the story is like what you were saying is like completely true. I think it is crazy that they're. I mean, of course, I'm not in your industry, but like from what I'm hearing, like definitely these are issues that are way bigger than like giving this award to Stephen A. Who I feel like, as I said, like he be doing a lot, but at the same time, I don't think he's that detrimental to the black community, Like just to be honest, like I feel like a lot of times because he is such a big name, but it's like I don't feel like people really take what he be saying super serious all the time. But I feel people get so outraged with it. Like I don't feel like he influenced people the way that the people who get outraged by what he says, like the way they think he does,
Nah. Stephen A. definitely has influence. I'll say that, like, as someone in the industry, because you ask every young black kid who they want to be once they like start a podcast or want to get into it, and they say Stephen A. Like, so it's like he definitely has influence. You look at how people deliver and how people talk, like they try to talk like him. They try to have the same gimmicks, like my Knicks, the Cowboys suck, like they try to do that. That's all him. So I mean, like he's definitely influential. So from a character standpoint and delivery standpoint, it's people definitely copying him. And I think that's why people get so mad with him because he has the largest platform probably out of all black journalists right now, I would say, or media personalities. It's like between him and Charlemagne, and it's been like that for like the last decade. So Charlemagne cleaned up his act a lot, but Stephen A, it looks like he's kind of going continuously down a more dramatic path as opposed to Charlemagne cleaning up his act and rebranding.
The only thing I will say, did you see the thing with Ray Daniels and
Nah,
like
I saw Ray
Charlemagne?
Daniels was beefing with Waymo or Wayno, but that's all I saw from Ray Daniels this past week.
Okay, I didn't see the thing with Wayno, but I saw because so Ray Daniels had came out and said that he said that Jay-Z has an album done and that he's looking for a partner to like partner with so that he can release it. And because he wants to make sure that the numbers look good. So that's what Ray Daniels was saying. But he was like, this is what I heard, you know. Yeah, exactly. Claiming the album done, blah, blah, blah. So Rock Nation replied and said fake news. And then what's his name? Charlemagne gave him Donkey of the Day.
Right.
And so Ray Daniels was just like, bruh, I deserve Donkey of the Day for just saying that this is what I heard, that he has an album coming out, which I really feel like isn't that crazy. It's like what he said wasn't crazy, but he was just saying that this kind of shows your allegiance to Rock Nation. How
What academics were saying that whole interview.
exactly. Um, and it is I don't know, do you know what's the dirt?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
YouTube page.
So they did like a 40-minute video about how like he was saying that Rock Nation does, like all these cease and desist that they be doing to like any creators that talk against them and they're and he started breaking down different stuff about like fake, you know, like certain headlines about certain things that are that were perpetuated and kind of promoted by this one particular site. And that one particular site is like a company that they frequently use that pretty much is for the sake of, promoting and making, any news story you want bigger. And so, and it's like the lawyers that are connected to like certain lawsuits with, certain people, it is, they're connected to Rock Nation. And so it was just a very long, in-depth video and stuff. And it was kind of crazy. I was just like, well, dang, and he was like, I had to re-upload it because Rock Nation already like they struck down the first video already, But more of what I'll get into is I think with, as you were saying, with like the Charlemagne thing, and I think, Rock Nation and them, they be on top of it. I don't know what they be doing, but it's just like they feel like they have somebody that they're partnering with. They're going to make sure that they reach out to them to kind of, like, hey, I want you to kind of put this message out there for us. And I feel like Charlemagne doing that whole like Donkey of the Day with Ray Daniels, I was just like, that was kind of like unnecessary. I think like a whole Donkey of the Day, like I don't feel like Buddy said nothing crazy. He wasn't like, oh, Jay-Z, is, I don't know, especially in comparison to other Donkey of the Days. I'm like, this doesn't seem like a Donkey of the Day worthy thing for just talking about a rumor. But
yeah, I know. I'm a fan. Like I'm definitely like a fan of Charlamagne's. I listen to, like, I mean, I grew up on. I haven't listened to the Breakfast Club in forever or seen an interview in forever, but yeah, like grew up on the Breakfast Club and all that stuff. So like, I respect Charlamagne, but like him acting like he don't have no affiliation at all with Rock Nation is like, it's just so insulting to your intelligence. Like, I think that Rock Nation is this evil corporation that controls everything bad that goes in the world. Some people try to make it seem like it is. No. But like, do I think people at Rock Nation are capable of pulling certain strings? And if it's somebody big enough that's beefing with Rock Nation, are they able to get them blackballed from certain opportunities? And I definitely think they're capable of that. I think they have done stuff like that before. Like, I don't think that that's a shocking thing to hear that a music label / entertainment company has blackballed somebody else in the entertainment industry. Like, that's, this is like kind of a common thing. So like clearly, I don't know, man. It's like I go back and forth between, I don't believe the vast majority of the conspiracy theories about Rock Nation, but at the same time, I also think it's kind of delusional to think that they've never done anything that they've been accused of before.
No, facts.
I think every like that's part of PR, right? To attempt to clean up your image and like make sure the most positive stories get the most publicity from your thing. Like, it's to protect your brand and protect the reputation. And I think the more money you have, the kind of better job you can do of that. And I think Rock Nation just does a great job with PR. Yeah, I'll say it like that. But do I think it's good for media and media coverage? No, because it's like the people aren't getting the real stories of what's actually going on. And then when you don't get the real stories, the people can see the holes in the stories. And then that just, leads to a bunch of speculation. And this is true for everything. I remember Kim Mulkey, Angel Reese's last year at LSU. That's kind of like the start of the whole Flage Angel Reese beef, where Angel was just away from the team for 2 weeks, and reporters kept asking Kim Mulkey about it, and she wouldn't answer it. So then, since she wouldn't answer it, people just started speculating why Angel Reese was off the team. And then Flage's mom went up on Twitter one day and said, like, your daughter, if she had her grades right, and people assumed that she was talking about Angel Reese. It was a whole big thing, and ever since then, Angel Reese and have had a weird relationship, front facing in the public. So it's just, I don't know, man. It's a lot going on. It's really weird to me. And I think the best PR is really to just face the music and tell the people the truth. Because once you tell the people the truth, there's no holes, there's nothing to hide. And, you can go from there. Like, Jay-Z getting his lawyers to say, like, he was never cool with Puff. That was just a public relationship, and they just took pictures at parties, and they happen to be at the same parties all the time because they worked in the same industry. It's like, I'd much rather you say, even though they were friends, Jay-Z did none of the stuff that Puff was doing, as opposed to saying he was never friends with him. Like, because now we know you're lying. Like, we all have eyes. So, yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, that was crazy. y'all know Jay's my favorite rap. Like Jay, yeah, those are my two favorite rappers. But yeah, he looked nuts saying that when he's just like, yo, me and Puff was never. I don't think they was besties or nothing like that. Like he wasn't as close with him as he is like Ty or like his inner circle or anything like that. But like there's like years worth of pictures of them hanging out, being at like
and bars.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah,
Shouted him out on 444.
Shouted him out on Watch the Throne. He shouted him out a bunch of times. They collabed a bunch of times. Like, no, that was. I don't think they was close friends, but that definitely was his friend at one point. Like, you know, it's a bunch of pictures of him at the Rock Nation, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, that was the homie at one point, dog. Like,
facts. Yeah, I think if anything, the Rock Nation brunches is just like, bro, y'all darn near hosted those together.
They got a bunch of bro. They used to be in at the same cars. It's the picture of them, like the fake like pro black. The picture that they used to use when it was him and they all waving like on the balcony. Like, yeah, come on, bro. Like that was the homie at one point.
And it's okay, I mean, I think you trying to separate yourself from people in that way. Sometimes it's like it just seems more damning than it does helping you, because it's just like, bro, like we know y'all were cool, bro. Like you can't erase history, So we know what's going on. You could just say I wasn't on that. Like I didn't know he was doing all that. Of course they're gonna feel like, how he wasn't doing all that, if you were a good friend with him. But it's like, I will say there's no pictures of Jay-Z at no puff parties.
Yeah.
And then just how there's a lot of people who have said stuff like, like I've been to puffy parties, but I wasn't there doing that. I ain't never seen none of that. And that's what a lot of people were saying during that time, when all this was coming out. And it's like, that's a better like line than just saying like, oh, we was never really even cool. I ain't even like Buddy. Like, and it's like, bro, y'all was locked in, bro. Like, Rock Boy's in the building tonight. You feel me? Like, I'm pretty sure he's in the Rock Boys video. Like, look that up for me.
He is in it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, he's in the Rock Boys video.
Him and Nas are in the video. Yeah.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
He's in that video. Come on, yeah. Like, do I think that? Like I said, do I think that he was in the Freak Bull rooms with the oil and all that? Like, no, I don't think Jay was doing that. But that's the picture I'm talking about, bro. All the dudes that used to do like the aggressive like Forex type guys, like they used to post this picture back in the day as like the inspiration.
No, for real, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Shout out EYL, man. Shout out to the EYL.
Yeah, I ain't hating on the Forex. If you got rich off Forex, salute. You was one of the few.
Salute to all the Forex snipers. Shout out Alex. Yeah, man. Oh, with the EYL thing, I don't want to pivot off of this because there's so much good in this conversation. But EYL, I think it's just a pretty much a thing of like, man, a lot of black people don't like nothing, right? And it's not just black people. It's white people, Hispanics, a lot of everybody, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have been critical of everything from the beginning of mankind and stuff like that. I think it's just broadcasted more with social media. So like everybody can voice their displeasure and stuff and things. So people are expressing their displeasure and InvestFest and EYL, like now they go, you get frustrated. You get frustrated with that stuff. He isn't out of prison yet, Flip. Shout out Flip. It's been a minute.
He got out yesterday. You ain't see?
Ain't no, boy, stop playing with me, boy. Puff had that he got that white beard, man. He got the white beard on the yard, man.
Nah, facts.
But
go
ahead.
Oh, my bad. Okay, now finish what you're gonna say. Now I have something else to say.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say, but EYL, like people complaining all the time. Like it's very frustrating to be on the receiving end of just like endless complaints and stuff like that. And it's like people complain, so you change this. People complain, so you change this. And now they find something new to complain. And when like you get to the point of like, man, y'all gonna complain regardless. It's very easy to feel like forget black people altogether. And I think that's just what bro said in the moment. And that's why he said we could do without the black community. I don't think he genuinely meant that. I think it's like a moment of like fighting with your family and your cousins. You say something in a moment that you didn't really mean. And that's what I thought what it was. So shout out to EYL.
No, facts. Yo, y'all seen Lil Durk most recent mugshot?
No.
Yo, yeah, look it up real quick.
Is this real? This is real? Before I pull it up, this real?
I think so, bro. I saw it posted earlier.
What the heck? No, wait. Oh no, that's February 19th.
But still.
No, this the one you talking about?
Yeah, him with the
So, like,
beard and
AI.
I mean, I know his dreads are cut. Yeah, this is actually okay. That first one, that's what I saw.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Beard might be a little bit too clean, bro. It might be Allen Iverson.
I mean, like, ain't that like? I think it's I've never seen him, and maybe he just never liked the bearded look, so he just always shaved. So I think that's a point that's like crazy to me. Well, I guess look, he could grow a beard, but
is that real? It might be.
Yeah, real. This is AI, and
yeah, that one, them
AI. These could both be AI, bro.
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't know. Side note: I didn't know G Herbo and Earl Sweatshirt had a song.
I remember that. Like I didn't listen to it that often, but yeah, this was like 2014 around there.
Yeah, someone posted it on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh snap! I did not know this was a thing."
That is. I feel like it's a lot of, not to get sidetracked, I do feel like it's a lot of random. I mean that kind of was like into the blog era, but I do feel like it's like a lot of random blog era collaborations that kind of slipped through the cracks. Or slipped through the cracks.
You saw the Gambino Chief Keef interview go viral again today. People were posting it and talking about it. They were like, they needed to run this back. I was like, I hope they do, man. Like, Donald need to do something, bro. Like, it's been too long where he be quiet. That's why people be saying he fell off, because like he go too far between projects. Even though he just did Super Mario, like he said one word in that movie, you know.
Right. Didn't he have some health issues that he had to deal with?
Yeah, he had them health issues, but like, you know what I'm saying, like, entertain us.
That's crazy.
This man.
Respectfully.
That's crazy. That's really that's how the fans be, bro.
You're right. Hey, get healthy, bro.
Get out your hospital.
That boy said, "Get the tap dancing, boy."
Where is the music? Where are the jokes?
No, but I have actually, like, I've actually have thought about that recently. I was thinking about like how before he was facing those health issues, like how that stretch from like 2016 through like up until probably like 2020 he was on. We just felt like the only thing he did that during that stretch that didn't really hit like that was that movie with Rihanna. Like that didn't really connect the way I thought it was going to. But everything else he did around that time it landed.
Damn, bro. I was hanging out with some college friends last week, and that's like he ran, like one of my friends, he literally just randomly brought it up. He was like, "What happened to Childish Gambino?" And then like I had to explain to him, and then shout out my boy Caleb. Caleb was also telling him, he was like, "Yeah, I think he just knew when to stop. A lot of artists don't know when to stop, and he kind of knew when to stop." That was it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Wish he go back to rapping though, like, because he got new songs out and stuff like that, but he's still singing.
Yeah, no, facts.
Yeah, he ain't put out with the last full-fledged rap album he put out, or mixtape was it was the Stone Mountain, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was like 11, 12 years ago.
Yeah, man.
That was a long time.
Kids don't know like how crazy Gambino was, like, because you know he's more popular now and stuff like that. So if you're like younger, you know, like Feel Like Summertime Magic, all that, the Rihanna movie, and This Is America in Atlanta. Bro was really rapping, bro. He was really rapping. Who got sued over Childish Gambino?
He was talking about the name. I don't know if he did or not.
The name.
Maybe he did because he got it from the Wu-Tang name generator.
But they was cool with him. Like they did the songs with him and everything. Like they were all on the royalty tape, which I think is like the most underrated tape from that block era, for real, for real.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Speaking of, like, what y'all think about Jaden Daniels in the number 5?
I didn't think it was that serious. They turned it to like a, I guess like a meme now. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze. Like, what do you? You know what I'm saying? I can understand him being upset because, like, I did win the Heisman here, but at the same time, like, I don't even know LSU to be a place where they really retire numbers like that.
He thought he was Joe Burrow.
They just retired. Well, I don't know if they retired, but they are hanging up, like, the number in the stadium, in Tiger Stadium, and you'll still be able to wear it. I think it was number 20. I remember I reported on that over the what you call. Has come out the top in the long-running legal dispute over This Is America. A federal court has ruled Kid West must pay and legal fees after losing his copyright. Yeah. He sued Gambino for This Is America and said that he stole This Is America. And then once they took it to court, they was like, no, he didn't. So the kid who sued him had to pay Gambino because, like, why would you claim that he stole that song from you, bro? But yeah, the number 5, I think, like, I was talking to Mo about this. I think it makes sense if you're someone like Johnny Manziel, where you peaked in college, but Jaden Daniels is a starting quarterback. You know, I mean, he had a down year last year and he had an injury, so the future of his career can be uncertain in the NFL, but he had a sensational rookie career that he can kind of like live the rest of his life off if he wanted to. They get RG3.
No, facts. And I think, even though he won that Heisman for LSU while playing for LSU, I don't think he's considered an LSU legend. There's so many people that they're going to think about before they ever think about a Jaden Daniels, just to be honest, And I think, the fact that you won the Heisman, but as I was telling Rashad, I'm like, you went 10-3. You're solid, but it'd be different if, somebody like Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson, but I mean, they won a championship there. So I guess I don't think Honey Badger, he didn't win a championship, did he?
No, he didn't. But like when you think of LSU legends for like our time, what would you think? You think Leonard Fournette, OBJ, Honey Badger. Like Honey Badger, probably the first name most people think of.
And Jennings.
Shout out my boy, man.
Shout out to the homie. Even though I said the homie, like I haven't talked to this man in like 13 years. But yeah.
Bro, I saw him like 2 weeks ago, bro.
Oh, for real? Shout out to him.
I saw him, another former player. I ain't finna just name drop everybody, but I saw him, somebody else, and then the other person that he was with had took us to see like some other people we went to high school with. So it was all in the same spot. What was that? Harold's Chicken. I was with David.
Harold's Chicken.
Oh, yeah. But moral of the story is yes. Like all those names are going to come up before you think of Jaden Daniels. Just to be honest, as I said, you won that Heisman there. Like that's dope. But LSU fans aren't like they're not too pressed about like you winning the Heisman, bro. It's like you couldn't lead us to a championship. Like he didn't even play. I don't even think he played in that bowl game that year, bro. Like you took him to an SEC championship in the year before. So, okay, I'm pretty sure you lost. And then it's like you get the next following year. I said, I don't think they qualify for the SEC championship. And then y'all played, I was looking it up and they said that Nussmeier was the quarterback for that game in their bowl game. So I don't know if he was hurt or Like, I don't know exactly. I don't remember what was going on during that, but it's just like, especially if you wasn't hurt and you just decided to sit out and you want them to never play your number again. Oh boy, you wildin'. Because I don't remember him getting hurt. And maybe, like I said, like if y'all can refresh my memory, but I don't remember him getting hurt like prior to like the game. And I feel like it might have been one of those things where, players be like, well, I did everything I needed to at this school, Like I'm finna get ready for the draft.
Yeah, nah. I mean, y'all pretty much summed it up. Like he had obviously had a great season to win the Heisman, but it's like it's levels to like the legends at LSU. Like it's if they got players wearing number 9 for Joe Burrow, if they still got players wearing number 9.
My bad. Like he opted. I just looked at it. Yeah, he opted for the draft. It's just like, bro, you're not no. It's like that's to me, especially like if I'm an LSU fan and then I hear that you opted for the draft instead of playing in the last game and you want us to just hold you in the super high regard, bro. Like you gave up on the team. That's literally giving up on the team. It's like I understand you feel like I need to prepare, I need to make sure I'm healthy, blah blah blah. This game doesn't really mean nothing, but it's like, bro, you are like, come on now. It's like you got to see it through.
Yeah. Like I said, LSU is retiring like I think the number 7 this year, but players can still wear number 7. And the only number that LSU truly retired is like the number 20. So yeah, every other number you can still wear at LSU. And yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I think, it's definitely one of those things where his mom probably played a bigger role in this, like, but I don't know. I don't know exactly. And I think this was just a bad PR move on his end, honestly. He
What
should
do you
have.
think to that point, Mo? What do you think about the whole LeVar Ball podcast situation with that clip where he brought on the fathers and he was talking about it? Because a lot of people bring up Jaden Daniels with that as well. Because like they'll see his dad and they're like, "Oh, he has a dad."
I mean, I don't know too much about. I've never really thought about it. I've never looked too much into it about how, they talk about how. I mean, those mainly talking about NBA, but professional sports in general doesn't like to promote black dads. I'll say in Tiger Woods' case, they did. Like everybody knew Tiger Woods' dad and everything. That was kind of like a big thing, part of his storyline. But yeah, I've never really thought too much about it. I've never really, so I don't know. But I mean, I get what they're saying because I guess once you really think about it, you don't really think about the dads. I think with Kyrie, I mean, because did he grow up with him, mom, or it was just
His
a
mom
dad?
passed away when he was young.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I know with Kyrie, his dad is a big story in his life, So those are the only people that I can really just like. I mean, I guess Wemby.
John Morant.
Yeah, John Moran. I mean, yeah, 'cause his dad made sure he was the focal point. And I think with Wemby, Wemby dad is like, a pretty prominent figure within his career. But it is very rare that you do see the dads within the game. And as I said, like, but I think the storyline of, you know, seeing them hug their mom and all that different stuff, it's better for optics. Like, but I didn't fully watch the whole thing when they were talking about like, with Kobe, how, he couldn't talk to his parents and stuff like that. And because I will say it is crazy. Like I've never seen Kobe with none of his family.
Well,
Like,
so what happened with that allegedly? I don't know if Jelani was about to say it. Jelani, if you want to say it, you can.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but I know allegedly it was because of they didn't approve of him marrying his wife when he was a kid. Well, I mean, I was about to say a kid, but like when he was like 21, 22 at the time, and because if you look back, like the first like late '90s And even when they won the first championship in 2000, like his parents was around back then. I think his family actually used to work on his. They used to be like a part of his team. Like, they used to help like manage him and stuff. And then after he got with Vanessa, they didn't approve, so he kind of distanced himself from them.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate, but.
And that's the backstory behind the where he sat with the trophy picture.
The picture that nobody has recreated that well. Like every time somebody tries to do that, it just looks bad.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no facts. But yeah. All right, y'all.
That's that April I work in the morning.
Yeah, no, that's real. Okay, man. Well, we'll put a bow on it. Shout out to Slicka Yavik. Shouts out to you, brother. Shouts out to Pedro Stojakovic, man. Shout out to Pedro Stojakovic's son. He hooping too at a college level, NCAA. You know what's going on. Hey, man. RBMo in the building. Jelani in the building. Let the people know where they can find y'all.
You can find me on Twitter _Jelani, 2 is the N. You can find us on Instagram at, gotta do this every time. We found Instagram at the 1 a.m. podcast, the full, just straight up like that, the 1 a.m. podcast. And then you can find us on the TikTok at the 1 a.m. pod, POD.
Sir, you can find me on Instagram at RBMo ____. You can find me on TikTok at RubberBandMo, and you can find me on X.
We rusty down.
You find me on X at MoNose _. And then find me on all social. You can find me on all streaming platforms at RBMO _. New music on the way. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out all the black dads out there, man, doing their thing, man. Hey, we getting this money. You know what it is. Carlos Boozer was another one they talked about with Cam Boozer getting drafted this year and them interviewing his mom at the draft table. Is like, and then they're like, you took him to all his AAU games. And it's like, Carlos Boozer's right there.
Right.
That's crazy.
I mean, the same with Dylan Harper. When Dylan Harper got drafted, like they interviewed his mom, and it was all about how like she been such a big part of his growth, and she was like, just pushing him every day and stuff. And it's like, I like it's cool. It was a good story, but I was just kind of like, dang, like, what did Ron Harper do?
I was about to say, you don't think he had nothing to do with his genes at all? Like the fact that this kid grew to 6'8".
Like, it's like, I understand the mom seems very basketball oriented, so she knows like the game and everything, and she's helped like mold him. But at the same time, it's like, you don't think Ron Harper was just like, all right, so when you get in the paint, this is how you need to like the cone drill, this is what they X, Y, and Z. But
Layla went off about that in the interview, bro. She was like, everybody talks about my dad, but my mom, she's the one who sent me to all the label meetings and did this and did that. And I was just like, it's okay to like be like my dad's most deaf, but like, she was front row at his show when he popped up at the surprise at the Mike Young World, and she was like just a supporter. So I was like, okay, yeah, they on good terms and stuff like that. That was beautiful to see.
Right.
But yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, it's okay to give your dad props, bro. Like, I know, like, mom is a superstar, but mom ain't always got to be the superstar, bro. Dad could get some props, too. It's 50-50.
Facts.
But all right, young boy.
Shout out to the black dads for sure.
What'd you say again?
No, I said shout out to the black dads for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as always, we will see y'all next week on 1 a.m. Pod. We are back being consistent. Until next time, we are out.
Throw your motherfucking hands.
Get 'em high.